Dude, where's Jimmy? The show starts in like 10 minutes.
I haven't seen Jimmy since Worlds. He said something about cashing in his plane ticket for Magic cards. I don't know.
That's ridiculous. I'm gonna give him a call.
What the hell is that?
I'm back! Welcome to All Chat.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dash, that's Zell, and Jimmy Wong. And first up on Summoner Showcase, what happens when you combine rugged Demacian hero Garen with Star Guardian Lux? Zinganza's Star Guardian Garen results, and it's gotten a lot of good feedback on Twitter at least. At Donuts, though, replied saying, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And whether it's the best or the worst thing you've ever seen, it definitely forces you to have an opinion about it. You're either gonna be playing it and loving the fact that you're dumpstering people, or you're on the opposing side of it, getting dumpstered and going, God, this is even worse. Can you imagine like a 10-0 Garen, Star Guardian Garen, running at your face going like, I can't do anything about this giant man wearing a tiny girl's clothes.
I imagine like Garen, because you know, Lux is his sister, he like snuck into her room, took out her Star Guardian Lux costume and was like,
Got a little free time, no one's looking.
And this is just some special insight into Garen's private life. I relate to it, given the fact that I had to do, well, yeah, one, the hair, but two, given the fact that I did the Star Guardian intro back when the Star Guardian Lux skin came out.
you're clearly the inspiration for this, you know? They just like took you, put it in there, made him a little more buff.
A little more buff. I'll take it. I'll take it. What would Star Guardian Garen's abilities look like? As you're spinning, just like little stars are like shooting out of the end of your sword, you know, just like
Single hand,
Yeah.
he holds one hand the whole time.
He has to look as fabulous as possible. Next up, we've got Riven by Toxic Panda, and this piece is amazing.
declared unfinished, though. That's what's baffling to me.
Props to the artist for saying that they aspire to constantly be better, but this is amazing. Everything about this looks done to me.
It's like the guy who gets like 99 out of 100 on a test, and he's like, I did all right. And you're like, shut up, you did amazing.
This is something I would put in my apartment. It doesn't require you to play League to enjoy it. This is just like a
Nice
really
piece.
awesome piece of art that you have hanging over your couch or whatever.
This is a couch piece for you?
This is a couch piece, yeah. Where would you put it? In
I think
your apartment?
entryway.
You think
know?
entryway? So
Yeah.
it's on the like just foyer wall or like
Yeah, you open the door, you want a nice sense of serene peacefulness, and you see this, and you're like, oh, I'm happy to be here.
it's not too dark for you.
Is your apartment really that well put together? You guys are like talking like you guys are interior designers here. What the hell?
We're becoming adults, Josh. Decorating
Yeah,
our
interior
apartments is like a
design.
fun activity
Yeah,
now.
why don't you come over sometime?
He's the kind of person that would just take push pins.
Oh, push pins.
And just push pin it into the wall. See, I want this on canvas, like stretched canvas,
Yeah,
and
nice.
throw it, you know. But
put it-
Josh would be like, I'll print it on 3 different sheets of computer, or 4 different sheets of computer paper, and then try and line the edges up, and, you know, and just tapes it to the wall.
There's a lot of judgment going on here.
Check out this sick Orianna cosplay that is completely automated by Sue Cosplay.
This thing is nightmare fuel. With the music, the creepiness, she's in like a playground. You think like Samara from The Ring is gonna pop out of nowhere, like.
Imagining this being shot
Yeah.
in like the middle of the day in this public park. You see people walking by in the background. If I were strolling through the park and I saw Bladecraft Orianna, I would freak out.
We've seen a lot of amazing League cosplays that have lights everywhere and things that move. This just has enough precision.
Finding a way to mask all of the engineering aspects of it so that it does look polished, but
Yeah.
the fact that I can't see what is powering those things, it just adds to
Magic.
the mystery and the magic of it. Exactly.
It's always amazing because the mechanical components, they have to have motors and all these things that can get really heavy. So not only is she incorporating movement into the cosplay, but actually making it so that it's wearable and like that she
Yeah.
won't die under the weight of all the mechanics and stuff. Like you were saying,
That'd
just
be
the
a sad story.
Sickest cosplay ever, murders woman. Now for Moriana, check out Gronok's lore-filled comic. This is called Deus Ex Machina.
One of the coolest things about this for me is the fact that you don't need to know anything about League of Legends lore, and the story is still intact. Anyone can read this and be like, Blitzcrank, Orianna, Victor, now I know who they are. What's even better about this is that those sort of lore details are put in so that even League of Legends players can read this and understand more about those characters, right? Like, Blitzcrank has a dating service. Not sure that a lot of people know that.
And I've said it a million times, say it again, is that it makes the lore more accessible.
Seeing a block of text isn't very appealing, but seeing a full-blown comic, and if I like it, I'll read the whole thing and be more intrigued and know a lot more about the characters.
All right, next up, check out this piece where Caitlyn is kicking the crap out of this Draven and Thresh bot lane.
I've always wanted to do this to Thresh. Look at it, his little bony little face is just getting crunched. All the light is being pushed out of his life. It's wonderful.
Immediately what jumps out at me here is the fact that she's doing this alone. It's a 1v2 scenario. It's like, where the fuck is my support? Why do I have to do this alone?
That's actually why her gun is smoking right now. She's actually shot her own support and decided to go ham sandwich on her own.
But I think that's the other hilarious part of this is like, she has a gun, but she just decides, I don't even need it. I'm the sniper that also excels in close combat.
Yeah.
Right?
I love the art style and it's so gritty.
And what's cool about this is that it is a collaboration. Luis Figueiredo did the line work, and Teo Gonzalez Colors did the coloring for it.
Coloring this in must have been a blast if you're really good at coloring, which Teo is.
Yeah, I'm not. Somebody else could do this line work and then give this to me to color, and I would ruin it. But there's an idea. Send us your line work so that we can ruin it.
And finally, we've got this piece by Benlo, a newcomer in the League community who shows us Tahm Kench doing what Tahm Kench does.
In the description of the piece, he mentions how he illustrates the moment and the aspects as to why he likes Tahm Kench.
Right.
He likes being the savior for the team, right?
This piece has a great sense of depth. You see Tahm Kench clearly running to the foreground and the rest of the team is chasing him in the background, so you get a great sense of perspective. He just ate Jinx and ran away, whoop whoop whoop, you know, Tahm Kench style.
I hate this happening, but I love this art. I don't think a single person is hitting Tahm Kench right now.
No.
The problem is, even if all of them did hit him, it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
No, not at all. That Tahm Kench has 6,000 health.
Now we had to ask ourselves, on Red Side's team, we see 4 of them, where is their 5th?
Yeah, it's a very questionable team comp. The 5th member has to be Nasus.
Yeah, he's just
Because
farming
he's
away.
not in the image.
Yeah,
he's just busy split pushing right now, stacking them Qs.
He's actually
playing
at
the
the
farm
base,
game. Right,
slowly
exactly.
just chopping away.
Okay, so all 3 of us are pretty try-hard when it comes to taking advantage of preseason changes. So today's BMRGG topic is about what new tricks you're employing to get an edge on the enemy team. Let's start with Rift Herald.
The way Rift Herald has been dealt with since it's been introduced to the game has kind of gone through a couple phases, right?
Yeah.
Phase 1 was ignore it, just pretend it doesn't exist. Phase 2 was go for it, but do it incorrectly and die to it constantly.
Right.
And now I think we're finally at phase 3 where people are starting to understand how to take it and when to take it.
Rift Herald to me is really only something that you should be taking if you get a successful gank top, maybe you've killed their jungler, whatever it is, they've all backed and your laners have nothing else to do, there's nothing to push. Let's go take Rift Herald really quick. Gives us some global gold, gives you that pushing power that maybe allows you to snowball. But it's a very opportunistic thing.
Take that buff and you go and push towers and you end the game.
We know what it does and like how, how to use the buff.
Yeah.
We now know how to kill it, but it's how much should you be paying to the Rift Herald before it becomes detrimental in that you focus too much on it
Right,
and ignored other parts of the map. All right, that's it for Rift Herald. Time to move on. I want to talk about ADCs in the jungle, specifically with Kindred being added into the game. And you have Quinn and her popularity in the jungle for a bit, Graves and his ability to jungle as well.
On their own, they're just very powerful. And now that they're able to spread their advantage to the map so early on by being a jungler, it's oppressive.
It changes the pace. It makes it,
Right.
the gank ability is so much faster, and I feel like it's almost, it can really catch you out of nowhere if you're not prepared for it.
Quinn, that motherfucker goes around the map so quick. I mean, she is everywhere.
Kindred, to me, though, is the most oppressive of the 3. Something that I love to do when I play Kindred is start on my red buff, get a decent leash, smite it so you get your health back, whatever, and immediately walk to a lane.
Yeah.
Just
You clear
really
one
ill
camp,
gank,
hit level
yeah.
2, you have a red buff, you walk to a lane. You walk in, Q, auto, lay down your W. You will get 2 more Qs in.
Yeah.
They are forced to flash if they want to live, and even if they flash, half the time you'll still get the kill. And that is so ridiculous in solo queue. Nobody else, no other jungler can really match that.
Yeah.
You just have to play so, if you see an opposing Kindred jungle, you just can't play the same way.
Right.
You have to just give up advantage early in the game because you know that if you get caught out, you are really screwed.
We've talked about some of the constants in the game, but now I want to move into something a little bit more specific. Everybody's individual secret OPs when it comes to champions.
Mine personally would be Bard. I hate that champion. Bard's really good at using Thunderlord's Degree. Turns out having a triple hit auto attack thing with the Meeps is really powerful. Not only that, he also uses Frost Queen's Claim very effectively, and he utilizes both of those things very well. He can catch people out so easily and then put the little spooky ghosts down, and yeah, that guy is a monster.
Not to mention he's great with teammates.
Yeah.
Like everyone can take a magical journey with Bard.
Bard very strong. What about you, Jimmy?
I'm all hype about Alawi right now. I think her ult against a team that doesn't understand what's going on is just an absolute game ender.
Right.
You landed on at least 3 champions, and it's just, they're done for.
She eats 1v2s, like, that is.
Oh my
like,
God, when junglers walk
Feast.
top.
Right? Like, Illaoi is like dumping all over some poor
he's like,
top
"Oh,
laner, and
thanks."
the jungler's like, oh God, I gotta help him.
I'm
Here I come.
coming.
Ah. And then, whoa, and one shot the
Double
jungler.
kill.
Yeah.
What do you
My
think?
OPs. Any jungler or top lane bruiser that excels at getting on top of ADCs and squishies is really strong right now. So I'm looking at champions like Olaf, because his ultimate allows him to ignore CC and run straight at an AD carry. Vi, same thing.
Yeah, there's like a subset of these champions that do just like anti-AD carry things, right?
Yep.
Like Malphite's one of those champions.
Oh God,
Rammus
Malphite
is
is
one of
He's
those
not
champions.
secret OP though.
Yeah, he's
just
not
OP.
secret OP,
That's just
but he's just in
ridiculous.
that category that you were talking about
Yes.
of just like a pool of champions that just make AD carries my life very difficult.
Actually, it's interesting that disruption is so important right now because as
Yes.
people are proccing Thunderlords and getting, sort of the damage output and increasing the speed of the game, anything that messes with that is really, it's sort of that meta attack on what they're trying to do. So you're not attacking the champion, you're attacking the play style.
Yeah.
I think that's really important if you're trying to get an edge.
All right, well, that's how we're getting an edge in the preseason, but let us know in the comments below what you're doing to capitalize on the preseason changes. All right, well, that's going to do it for our show. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and now here's the last lull. All right, dudes, solid show.
Thanks.
Glad to have you back, Jimmy.
Glad to be back.
Catch you later.
See you next week.